Of South Carolina joins us now. Senator, you have promised. I want to go to this Lisa Page. A lot of credit to Congressman Collins of Georgia.
Right.
Last week, we got the Orr testimony. This week, we got the Page. We have all of that, 302s, Gang of Eight, and the FISA warrants themselves. My question to you is simple. Now do we have to, based on what Lisa Page said, do we now have to go back right to Hillary Clinton if, in fact, the DOJ rigged that from the get-go?
Yeah, there's two questions I think the public deserves an answer to. Did they short-circuit the Clinton email investigation because they wanted her to win and they knew if they charged her she might lose? Did they start the Russian investigation against Trump as an insurance policy in case he did win? Those are the two questions that I'll try to get you answers to.
Well, it also, where's Michael Horowitz? Where's John Huber? Because we're also waiting for them.
Right. There's three people going to look at this. Horowitz is going to look at the FISA abuse. Did the DOJ corruptly get a warrant against an American citizen, Carter Page? I think they corruptly got a warrant against Carter Page, and that should scare every American. You've got the Utah U.S. Attorney acting as a quasi-Mueller when it comes to all things DOJ, FBI. I think we need a special counsel to look at the potential crimes by the Department of Justice, the FBI, regarding the Clinton email investigation and the Russian investigation against Trump early on. The point is, the Congress, not going to happen in the House, we're going to call them all before the committee. Did they try to invoke the 25th Amendment to take the president down? Did they get a warrant against an American citizen using information they know was flawed? Did they tank the Clinton email investigation because they were afraid that if they indicted her, she would lose an election they wanted her to win? You're going to get answers to that the best I can give them to you.
Senator, this now is brought to an even higher level, what was released yesterday. That is right into the Attorney General, Loretta Lynch's office. Do we need her text? Her emails? Does she need to be put under oath? And more importantly, what information did she give to the former president of the United States? What did Obama know, and when did he know it as to all of this?
Here's the question I've got. Why would you decide not to charge her before you even talk to her? The point is, it seems to me they were going to make sure it didn't go too far, that the Department of Justice under Loretta Lynch was never going to let this email investigation go too far. Before they even talked to her, apparently they decided not to charge her. And when they did talk to her, they talked to her without being under oath. They gave a lot of people immunity in the Clinton email investigation for no good reason. So here's what I think happened. I think the Clinton email investigation was short-circuited because they did not want to compromise her ability to win an election. They hated Trump's guts. They started the beginning of the Russian investigation before he won as an insurance policy in case he did win.
Here's another problem. This is why releasing the FISAs, the 302s, Gang of Eights, which I believe, I mean, I don't know why the president hasn't signed off. I guess that probably will be forthcoming. I hope he does. But here's the interesting part. In Bruce Orr's testimony last week, we thought we knew, now we know. Bruce Orr said he warned everybody in August of 2016. Hillary paid for it. It's tainted. Nobody's verified it. Nobody's corroborated it. Christopher Steele hates Donald Trump and has an agenda. And the thing is, Christopher Steele, if anyone said they verified it, we know it's not true because Steele, in an interrogatory in Great Britain, he said he didn't know if it was true himself. So they couldn't have verified it, but they used it for FISA warrants.
It goes a little deeper than that. So Bruce Orr is telling the head of the investigation, McCabe and others, you can't rely on this dossier because the guy who created it hates Trump. He's got a political agenda, right? So with that knowledge, they asked for a warrant 4 different occasions against Carter Page, and here's what McCabe said. Without the dossier, we'd never gotten the warrant. They show the dossier.
McCabe said that.
McCabe said that, but it gets worse. After Trump wins, Comey gives him a copy of the dossier saying, I want you to know this is out there. We can't verify any of it, but I just want you to know about it. It's the same document they gave to the court under oath.
Wait a minute. So Comey signed that. Comey signed off on the dossier and the warrant in October 2016. before Donald Trump sworn in January 2017, well, it's salacious, but it's unverified. James Comey, you have a right to remain silent.
How could that be? How could you tell the court it's reliable and tell the president, well, we don't know if it's true or not?
Because they were setting them up from the get-go.
Because they were maybe setting him up.
That's right. All right. Thank you, Senator. Joining us now with reaction to this huge, and I bet he read twice all pages because he's a maniac when it comes to this. The author of the #1 bestseller, The Russian Hoax, Greg Jarrett, Fox News investigative reporter, contributor Sarah Carter, and the ranking member of the Judiciary Committee, Doug Collins, from Georgia. First of all, Congressman, I want to say thank you. All of us and so many others that have been a part of our team that has broken a lot of stories on this program, and I give all credit to their hard work. We have been saying, release this, and there's so much more to come. 302s, FISA applications, Gang of 8. What now can we expect now that you have broken the dam and we're beginning to get more insight than we've had?
Well, you can expect it to continue. We're going to continue to release this, as I have promised the American people. As we went through these, we're going through it in a very methodical pattern. We're putting this out there so that people can begin to see what's actually going on here. You made a great statement at the beginning of this show. It is a two-tier justice system. The president has been unfairly attacked from the moment he was elected in November 2016 on many fronts. And now we're beginning just to see the vast scope of what most of us knew, that Ms. Clinton was treated completely differently than what we ended up seeing President Trump being treated, and that's just wrong. When you have the corrupt triumvirate of Strzok, McCabe, and Page, when they have been involved from the day one, from the email controversy through the original Russia investigation, through the appointment of Mueller, this just shows that there's a two-tier system, and we're going to say we're going to get this out, and we're going to put it in ways that people can easily understand, not a large dump, but we're going to take it methodically as we go, as we get them cleared, and we're going to get them out to the American people.
I want to thank you for doing this, and there have been many other courageous, Jordan, Meadows, Devin Nunes, I can't name everybody, Matt Gaetz, all these guys. Sarah, I know you read this today, and the interesting thing is a lot of your early reporting is corroborated, but there's also all this new information. We now got closer to Brennan. We now get closer to Loretta Lynch, which gets us closest to Barack Obama. What did he know? When did he know it?
Well, I think that you're absolutely right here, Sean. One of the things that I think I found most fascinating in the testimony, and it was, if you actually go back to Bruce Orr's testimony and compare it to Lisa Page, they both have different statements as to when Lisa Page actually knew about Christopher Steele. This is something I haven't seen out there, but Lisa Page basically says that she didn't know anything about the dossier in August 2016. But Bruce Orr specifically states in his testimony that he went to visit Andrew McCabe at his office with information that had just been given to him by Christopher Steele on July 30th. So he goes to the office to meet with Andrew McCabe, and lo and behold, who's there to meet with him is Lisa Page. So actually, he met with Lisa Page in August 2016. It was information that was actually given to him by Christopher Steele, and they're in the office. Now, Lisa Page, obviously right now, we're looking at the testimony, I would say that we're seeing a lot of finger pointing. She's pointing at the Justice Department. It was, they were in charge. They didn't want us to move forward. And I believe that's honestly, I think that she's being honest there. But the FBI was also heavily involved. And as we've noted in past stories, from the top down, and the people that were involved in this, in covering up as well for Hillary Clinton. And we see that with James Baker's testimony.
Oh,
when James Baker was specifically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Bruce Orr, Greg, one thing that I picked up here is in the Orr transcripts last week. Now, this, by the way, how many times did you read it? I want to know. Tell the audience the truth.
You were right, twice.
Okay. Greg he can't help himself. I watch him in his office. He's like this.
Stuff.
It's true. I mean, you're a maniac, which was okay. What he said I was saying. But here's what I sensed in both the Orr testimony and the Page testimony. I sensed they're telling a lot of truth here.
Oh, yeah.
And they're revealing things that they understand the stakes are so high.
I mean, just begin with page 20. Quote, every person on the team knew no charges would be brought against Hillary Clinton. I mean, that's an amazing statement. She hadn't even been interviewed. Chairman Gowdy then says, well, how could you how could you know no charges be brought if you haven't even talked to her yet? She said, well, I'm not an expert on the law, even though she's a lawyer. But it was our impression that she didn't intend or have knowledge to have classified information on her server, which is, of course, total bunk. Not to mention the fact that the law doesn't require intent or knowledge.
Thank you. It doesn't require intent.
Right.
And they had the right words in there, gross negligence, and it seems like the FBI knew it and they were pissed.
Well,
because they were being controlled by Loretta Lynch and her Justice Department in ways that never happen in any usual case. Yeah. Just like the field agents were ripped out of the equation by the FBI. All right. Quick, my observation, Congressman, and I applaud you again, is that as you continue to release things, as other things, 302s and Gang of Eight and the FISA warrants come out, these people are in deep trouble and there will be accountability, right or wrong?
There will be. I think this is what we're finding. I think the Attorney General the new Attorney General has understood this. He heard it and spoke about it when his confirmation hearings. But let me go back to something. I think what your other two of us spoke of are true. We've got to get to the bottom of this because it can't be two-tier.
All right, Sarah, my sources are very clear. There are things now, these people are in trouble, a lot of them.
They're in big trouble, Sean, and the Attorney General is an honest, decent man. He's going to do the right thing. He's going to investigate this. The evidence is all here before the public, and all they need to do is follow up with questioning these people and holding people accountable, and they will be.
Last 15 seconds. What's going to happen?
Collusion was a political ploy, according to Lisa Page, and they were using it as an insurance policy.
It was all in your book. Perfect title. Thank you all.